Hello, this is teacher Kim Hobini, and today we'll be talking about which Korean university is best for learning Korean. Okay, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this video is I get a lot of questions often from my students of asking, Teacher Kim, which university is the best for learning about grammar? Which university is best if you want to have fun in Korea? Which university is best if you want to make a lot of friends or foreign friends or Korean local friends? Or which place has the best location? And so personally, I've never been to any of these colleges and attended the Korean language courses. But I did a research on Google, such as Reddit, blogs, forums, Naver, and all those, and concluded all this data. And then I'm giving you guys a feedback on what I've gotten, okay? And then I didn't have enough time to do all the colleges that provide language services, such as learning Korean, because there was just simply too many, okay? But what I did was that I got a list of 5 colleges that were most mentioned regarding their Korean language program. And I'm talking about an intensive program, not one of those programs where you only take once or twice a week, but I'm talking about programs where 5 days a week, at least 200 hours per term classes, okay? And then I'll be giving you guys these colleges in random order. Doesn't mean they're more important or less important. And then I just want you to know that these are the feedbacks I got from searching online, as well as talking to some people who also been to those colleges. But these opinions are all very subjective, meaning that you might not have the same experience as they will. Like for example, you can go to a very great college with great program, but let's say if you didn't get along with one specific teacher who you didn't really like, then of course you're gonna think the program's terrible, but for the rest of people, they're gonna think the program was really good because it was actually really good. But because this person who had a terrible experience at the college wrote a review about it, so everybody's gonna think that this college is a terrible program, which is not very fair, right? So I try to conclude enough data where I can average out the people who had a good idea, a good experience as well as bad experiences. So I'll be giving you guys pros and cons of going to these colleges. So when you look at this video, I want you to look at it with an open mind, knowing that these things that I'm about to say may be true, may not be true. It's ultimately up to you to decide if you like the school or not. So I'll be mostly giving you guys facts and objective points about these colleges rather than how people felt, okay? So let's start with number 1, which is Teacher Kim. Subscribe and like. Yonsei University. Yonsei University is one of the top 3 universities in Korea belonging to SKY, right? Seoul National University, Korea University, and Yonsei University. So it comes with prestige. And it's one of the most popular programs that people go to every year. Thus, they have a very big program compared to other colleges, okay? So with a big program, it means that their quality is guaranteed and they really jam you down and focus on the basics of reading, writing, speaking, listening. And then when you start out, they really do a heavy emphasis on grammar and reading, which may be very good for people who want to build very strong foundation and want to stay in Korea, so the foundation will play a very crucial role. However, they don't do that much emphasis on the actual conversational skills, the actually practical Korean that you will actually need to use outside of Yonsei University. So the pro could be that they really jam you down with the basics and foundations that will help you once you get to advanced and even more to native Korean. However, if you're just going there to learn how to speak Korean, then Yonsei University might not be the best choice. And also the location is very important because it's located in Sinchon, which is right next to Ewha University, which is a girls' university, as well as Sogang University, which also is a very fantastic program, which I'm about to mention next. So a lot of people who go to these programs may also be passionate in learning Korean, but there are also a large proportion of people who are going there not necessarily for purely learning Korean, but because of either K-pop, learning about Korean culture, or some other reasons that has to do with youthfulness, okay? So because due to its location, it's very close to Hongdae, it's very close to go out and come back, and because of a lot of young people join the program, and it's very lively. So if you're into the liveliness and the hipness of a Seoul, then the Yonsei University might be the perfect one for you. But however, if you're just going there purely for learning languages and want a quiet, chill place to study, then Yonsei University might not be the best. So the cost of attending this university is, I'm pretty sure it has gone up a little bit percentage by percentage every year, but the one I got was, there's two big regular programs, which is regular morning and regular evening, and they all do about 5 hours, which is, the morning one has to do with 9 to 1, and then afternoon one has to do with 1:45 to 5:30. And then the cost of both are same thing, which is around $1,700 USD, which is about 1,730,000 Korean won, which can be roughly $1,400 USD. Okay, but this is excluding your living costs, your living expense, your textbooks, and the application fee. So, and then I just want you to know that not only Yonsei University, but the cost of all the other universities that I'm about to mention, the cost is going to be different the time you're watching it, because every year due to inflation and the improving of the program quality, the tuition is going to increase, okay? But it's going to increase percentage by percentage, not dramatically. So if you just look at this video, the average wise, the cost of this program compared to other programs are going to be very similar throughout many years, okay? But just that overall, all these colleges, the cost is going to increase percentage by percentage every year. So I just want you to know that. So the next one is Sogang University, or aka Institute of Sogang University, which is the one I personally recommend because I know a person who went to Institute of Sogang University and he had one of the best Koreans I ever heard in my life, and he was from Tennessee, I believe. And Sogang University compared to Yonsei University is, Yonsei University really focuses on reading and grammar. However, Sogang University doesn't really focus on the nitty-gritty part of it in the beginning, but just basically gets you to start talking in Korean, lets you know how to speak Korean practically, okay? But personally, from my experience learning other languages, learning about the nitty-gritty grammars in the beginning may not be that important, because how we all spoke our native language or mother language is that we didn't really need to know the grammars and those specific things about the language in the beginning, because we were just copying other people, copying our parents, copying our friends. So the grammar and those specific rules, you can always learn them after you can speak a little bit of that language, okay? So I think mostly in the beginning, the hardest thing to actually do is getting over the fear of speaking that language and be confident. I think Sogang University does a really good job of providing that motivation and push that you need to speak Korean right away. And then Sogang University, the location of it is very similar to where Ewha University and Yonsei University is, but it's not as in the center. So Sogang University, if you're there, you can always go out to party, drink, do whatever you want to do with the hip of the youth, whatever they do. But if you want more like quiet place, Sogang University might be the perfect place for you compared to Ewha University or Yonsei University. And the cost of it is that there's three big programs that they provide. One is Korean for general purpose morning, Korean for academic purpose afternoon, and Korean for general purpose evening. The one in the evening one is only about 2 hours long, 700,000 Korean won, and it lasts about 10 weeks. But for the other two I mentioned before is also 10 weeks too, but they're both 200 hours in total. And the morning one is about 9 to 1, and the afternoon is about 1:30 to 5:30. And then the cost is 1,770,000 Korean won, which is about a little more than 1,400 USD. And this is also excluding the housing, living cost, and the book cost and application cost. And then the next one is Sunggyungwan, which is Sunggyungwan University, and this is a little bit different because it's more low-key and smaller program compared to the two other colleges I mentioned before. But what they do is they offer 6 courses throughout the year, meaning that their courses aren't 10 weeks long like all the other language programs, but they're only 8 weeks. But however, they also fill 200 hours, okay, meaning that all the classes go to 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And then the cost is marginally cheaper than the other ones, because in total, a Sunggyungwan course would only cost about 1,660,000 Korean won. And then this is perfect if you need to skip 6 levels within 1 year. You can take literally from the level 1 to level 6 all in 1 year, where you would usually take 1 year and a half to do that in other colleges. So this is perfect if you need to really get your Korean level up going. If you're there for work and you really need to up your Korean before you get to work, then this might be perfect for you. And then also location is in a very prehistoric famous place called Daehangno, which is also a very cultural place where you can enjoy a lot of Korean food, Korean shops, local shops and such. And they also have a special elite program called Inter-University Center, which you have to first pass the entrance exam, which shows that your Korean is already past advanced level. And this is for people who either wants to be diplomats or wants to really master their Korean. And as I said, the location is very good because it's not necessarily in the heart, but it's very close by, at the heart of the city. So it's not right in it. So it means that you can go outside, you can go to those places and always come back and relax and settle down and not be bothered by so much crowd of where you are. So next one is Ewha University, which is Ewha Girls University, also located in Sinchon, right next to Yonsei University. And because it's girls' university, majority of language programs that you're going to attend are girls. And then because it's located right next to Yonsei University, it is said that according to internet, that people from Yonsei University and Ewha University, they mingle a lot after classes. They can go out, have fun. And then also Ewha University offers one of the most amazing, according to internet, a lot of inter-club activities, a lot of outdoor activities that is offered by the program itself. So if you go there, then they're going to offer you a lot of benefits to really help you adjust and get into the Korean culture. And then intensive program, as with most of other programs, are 10 weeks long, filled with 200 hours total, and it's morning 9 to 1 p.m. And then the cost of the program is about 1,720,000 Korean won, which is also a little bit more than 1,400 USD. The next one is the Grand SNU, Seoul National University, the top of the top in the college food chain in Korea. Okay, so does that mean that they're the best one in the Korean language learning programs? But it's up to you to see, because a lot of people who attend SNU language programs are the people who actually attend SNU, or the people who's going to attend SNU for their master's, PhD, or for other educational reasons. So meaning that they're more serious than maybe the learners from Ewha Yonsei University, and because they're located right by Gwanaksan, which is Gwanak Mountain. They live in a very like a close-knit community, and because a lot of people are there not just for a semester or for a year, but for multiple years, because they need to also go to SNU. They also need to go to Seoul National University for actual college or programs after the language program. So I heard that they are a very tight-knit community. They help each other out. But I heard that the quality is guaranteed, as it is with a prestigious program, and it is mostly aimed towards long-term learners who's going to be in Korea for just more than a year or two. And then, as I said, it's aimed for people who's more focused in language. So if you're more into nightlife and getting into those hip places, then I don't think SNU program might be the best for you because of its dormitory location. So it's preferable that if you're there for just intensely learning Korean, as well as also meet very other intelligent Korean people who go to SNU, then SNU might be the one for you. And then the price is that there's two programs total. There's a morning one and afternoon one, and the morning one is 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the afternoon is 1:30 to 5:25. And then the morning one is slightly more expensive at 1,650,000 Korean won, and the morning one. And then the afternoon one is about 1,500,000 Korean won. Okay, so they just only differ by a couple 100,000 Korean wons. They're both 10 weeks long and also fulfill both 200 hours in total. And then so this was it, and I didn't have time to cover many other college programs that are also reputable and famous for their Korean language programs, such as Huf's Korean University, Kyung Hee University, Sunggyungwan University, and so many out there. But maybe you can do a research on your own. But these 5 colleges I just mentioned were the mostly mentioned on the internet, and the ones that people attend the most, meaning that they probably have good quality. Okay, and then with that good quality, people go there and pay a lot of money to that school, and then that school can also reinvest the money that the students gave to them, so the quality of the education, quality of the program is going to get better and better. Okay, so these 5 programs are the best ones you'll probably find. I'm pretty sure there's many small private ones that might give you more personalized ones that are going to be way more expensive than these college ones. So it's up to you to see if you want to attend the private Korean seminars or lessons or hagwons compared to rather than going to these colleges to take language learning programs. It's all about what you're there for. Are you there for learning Korean mainly? Are you there for just get the experience of overall Korea? Are you there for K-pop? Are you? It's everybody has different reasons. And then personally for me, if I had to choose the number one program, and by the way, this video is not sponsored by any of the Korean colleges, but personally for me, as like while I was doing research as well as the people I know in Korea who speaks the best Korean, they all have one common thing, which is they went to Sogang University. So Sogang University, I heard that they really reinvest the money that's given to them by the students back into the program to make their program better. They have a lot of really good textbooks that you can use. So Sogang University is the best, personally, in my eyes, because they actually teach you how to speak the Korean and get you get over the fear of speaking Korean, which is the hardest things, because you can go to really prestigious like the Yonsei SNU program and then learn so much, memorize like thousands of Korean vocab every day and grammars. However, if you cannot speak Korean, well, what's the point of knowing all that, right? And if you just look at Koreans from like elementary school all the way to college, they learn English like for 12 years or more, which is a very long time, right? But none of them really knows how to speak Korean because we're just not used to speaking Korean. We know how to read well, we know how to write well, we understand, but however, speaking to actual people who speak English is very different from rather than just studying studying the grammar and such. Okay, so Sogang University, personally for me, is the best one. However, everybody has different motivations and reasons and needs for studying Korean, so it's ultimately up to you. And then I hope this video helps you kind of not decide which college you want to go to. You, of course, I encourage you to do more research, but hopefully this help you see the broadened picture of what other colleges are there and what their pros and cons are. And I hope you have a great time if you go to one of these colleges, and then I wish you the best of luck in learning Korean. This is my teacher Kim, and see you next time. Bye bye.